guys, hope everyone's doing well and staying safe. As for me, I'm back at Rice now, which means that I can start filming all these Rice-related videos. And on the topic of, Rice-related videos, if you guys have been watching some of my past videos, you should know that I've been kind of doing this series about residential colleges at Rice, because that's really a big part of the Rice culture is its residential colleges. And unfortunately, while I was doing it, that got cut short last semester when the coronavirus came to the States and everyone had to leave. But now that I'm back, I can start working on it again. For this video, I'll be talking about Hansen, and joining with me for this video will be my good friends Matthew and Al. If you watched my past videos about the Rice's residential colleges, then you kind of get the flow of how things are going to work. But since it's been like months since I've last made one, I'm basically going to be going to Hansen, and we'll be talking with a friend of mine there who will talk about the culture, what it's like to be at Hansen, and then I'm going to go meet with another one of my friends who will talk about the dorms at Hansen, show you the dorm tour, give you insight on what it's like to be living at Hansen. So without further ado, let's get going. Hi guys, I'm in the Hansen PDR right now. With me is my good friend Al.
Hey everyone, I'm Al. I'm a junior at Hanszen College. Of course, I'm a computer science major, and I'm also minoring in data science.
Yeah, and Al is going to talk to us about the culture at Hansen and just what it's like to be at Hansen.
Yeah, sure. So Hansen is the third oldest college in the founding order, and its namesake is Harry Clay Hansen, and you can see his portrait later when we actually have a statue as well. So as I said, it's the third oldest college, and we are towards the south of the university. We are the first college to actually get a crest, and we're also the college that actually founded the coffee house that is now sitting in the RMC. Also, we are also the college that actually founded the campus-wide radio, and that started off with a Hansenite actually hacking into the public announcement system in the old section and playing music in the free times. And then the campus was like, oh, this is kind of fun. Why should not be funded? And then they moved it to RMC, and now they're streaming with both FM and online. So we are the college of handling things. We also have a guardian that is sitting in our quad, and the whole purpose of the guardian is to actually protect our crest from other colleges. Because back in the day, one of the other colleges, I don't remember which college it was, but I think it was Rice, who stole our crest, and then Hansenite actually welded this guardian that is like 5.6 feet tall, something like that, 5 feet and 6 inches tall, and it is actually guarding our crest. So let me talk about the buildings and facilities of Hansen. We have old section and we have a new section, and we also have a commons. Our commons actually used to look like Rice's commons, but early in the 20th century it was burned down. When they were renovating the old section, they put up all the matrices, and then someone did acquire, and they couldn't find out who that person was. But in retrospect, we have a new, very modern commons area, and because it's so modern and so fancy, Hansenites tend to spend more of their time in upper commons. And that's why we also have a commons culture and a family culture rather than a floor culture compared to colleges. All the Hansenites, most of the Hansenites would prefer spending time in their upper commons, sitting on the couches or studying on the tables, or spending time in one of the classrooms and doing their work there, rather than spending time in their own suites or on the floors. So the old section was actually as old as the university, and it was there even before the college systems were introduced. And our new section is actually going to be demolished by the end of this year, so you will have a new section. That will be really interesting because we have a lot of spaces that are currently sitting on the basement floor of one new section that will be moved. For example, right now we're sitting in PDR, but our laundry room will be moved from the new section, the basement of the new section, to here. And our PDR will be moved to upper commons. So if you're a future Hansenite, then you will probably wash your laundry here, or eat your food, or have a private event in upper commons. That being said, in old section on the 4th floor, we have a room called Media Loft where you can study or spend time. We also have a movie room there as well that is also going to be moved to upper commons. So if you're a future Hansenite, then you will probably watch a lot of movies in upper commons rather than the 4th floor of the old section. One of the best spaces I think we have is the sun deck that overlooks towards the south of Rice. Actually, I think it's towards west. You can see the Tudor, you can see the Shepherd School of Music, you can see the Terrell Sketch Space, and it's a really good place to see the sunset and spend time with your friends. So at Hansen we have this cabinet, which is student government. We have president, vice president, IVPs, and all that stuff, and they meet on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. in the Upper Commons, and every single Hansen is welcome. And within the camp, there are a lot of events, and one of the most, I think, interesting one is Float the Keg. So once a semester, we do it both fall and spring. We allocate $1,000 of our government, of the college budget just for that specific event. It's essentially a tournament bracket style event where everyone pitches an idea, and they have to defend it, and the winner gets that either the whole 1,000 money, or if you partner up with other people, you can split that money, and then you can have initiatives. And in the past, we had Ice Luge, which was really fun. We also tried to invite yo-yos to our PTQs. And that also brings me to the PTQ, which is fun in the quad. Every other Friday, we would essentially grill and drink sodas and have a good time listening to music in our quads. And that starts usually at 1 p.m. on Friday and ends until 7, goes until 7 p.m. We get pizzas, we get torchies, and we just basically distress after a long week of classes. And other than that, we have our college night, which is a crane day. And essentially, when they were building Wine, so Wine is actually used to be located towards the inner loop, not towards where it is right now. When they were building the Wise College, they had a crane just hanging over our new section, and that crane essentially fell over the new section, but it didn't hit. But then every single Hansen night had to be evacuated, and then they essentially spent the whole day partying and not going to classes. So that turned into a tradition. That is essentially a really new tradition too. That I think happened in 2001 or 2002. It's pretty recent. And then we turned into a college night and we celebrate it every year in February. And that's like one of the events that I actually like a lot. And every single year it changes themes. So when I was a freshman, it actually had the same day as February 14th. So it was Crazily in Love. And we celebrated both the Valentine's Day and also Crane Day at the same time. And that's, I think, that's all for Hansen when it comes to like the events that I can remember. But also like we are a family college, so we usually throw a lot of events. For example, sophomore classes have murder mystery nights, and that actually happens once a year. We had one last year. It was really fun. We would go to the mini loft, the space I mentioned, and we just like trying to solve a murder mystery. So that's actually really cool.
Alright, so that's pretty much it for Hansen. I want to give a big thanks to Alp, for telling us all about Hansen, all about the culture, all about the stuff that you can do here, all the facilities. And yeah, thank you so much, Alp.
Thank you so much for your time, Gerald.
And we'll see you guys in a bit. Now that you know all there is to know about Hansen, it's time to take a tour of the dorms, see what it's like to actually live there. And so we'll be meeting with my good friend Matthew, who will give you a tour of the Hansen dorms.
Hi, I'm Matthew. I'm a junior at Hansen, studying biochemistry, and this is my dorm. This is where I live. So first we have the common room around you right here. It's meant to accommodate 4 different people. So there's one room right there, another room back there, and it's linked to a bathroom over there, and we'll get to that in a second. So first, let's go into my room. So this is where I live, and it's supposed to accommodate 2 people. Unfortunately, my roommate was unable to return to campus because of COVID, so right now I'm living here by myself. As you can see, it's a pretty basic layout. I mean, there's 2 beds. Each bed is accommodated with 2 sets of drawers, one big, one small. Each is accommodated with a desk. I sort of began encroaching on the other desk because, it's not being used. Also, for every single person, everyone gets a wardrobe, which is pretty standard as well, with a clothes hanger rack, a shelf up there, just some extra space for storage. There's 1 in here, and there's 3 in the common room, and we just divided that accordingly to what people wanted. Alright, by the way, extra shelves here, we can use to store stuff. We just sort of got boxes out right here because we haven't really done the common room yet. Of course, a lot of people put couches out here. We have a mini fridge. A lot of people have mini fridges as well. Store extra food you might want. Some people even have like a TV set up, but we just don't at this point. Anyway, so this is the bathroom. Also pretty standard dorm bathroom. So we have a shower here with a shower curtain, some towel racks, a sink, and a toilet back here as well. Now, not all Hansen dorms look exactly like this. A lot of them, so in Hansen, the dorms are split into new section and old section. I live in new section, and this is a fairly standard dorm for new section. However, another thing is that a lot of new section dorms, rather than just having a singular bathroom like this, they actually have it conjoined with another bathroom, and on the other side, another dorm that looks like this as well. So basically, you can imagine it to be this dorm that I just showed you here, connected with another same thing via the bathroom. So it's really 8 people sharing one conjoined living space with 2 bathrooms separating 2 sets of 4, if that makes any sense. Also, there are a couple of rooms where it's like this, except it's slightly bigger and meant for 5 people, so 3 people in one room, 2 people in the other. And in old section, it's completely different. The rooms sort of look like my room that I showed you over there, minus a common room. It's a little bit bigger and has extra space for storage, but when you open the door out of that room, it leads to like a communal hallway, and along the communal hallway, it's just a bunch of other rooms similar to that with a communal bathroom as well. So that's basically it for the Hansen dormitories, and yeah.
And that's Hanszen College. Thank you guys so much for watching. First off, I want to give a big shout out to both Matthew and Alp. They did an amazing job, talking all about Hansen, and I couldn't thank them enough. So thank you, Alp, thank you, Matthew. And if you watched this far, I want to thank you as well. It really means a lot to me, and I really do appreciate all the support. With that being said, that's the first video I released since coming back to Rice, and hopefully there'll be many more. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you in the next one.
Nice guy. Put that in the video too.